Hello everybody, Jonathan Doucette, St.Albert Dodge. Very special vehicle for you today. With the current market, there aren't many heavy duties out there, let alone limiteds, let alone mega cabs. So to have a 2020 mega cab limited in the indigo frost interior, we'll show you that in a few minutes, is very rare. This is a great truck. Previous owner put paint protection film up here in addition to the bug deflector. The option in the sport appearance group, so you have body colored bumpers, you have your door handles on the side are paint matched as well too, not just black. Very, very cool. One thing that's neat about the limiteds, when you're driving at night, the headlights actually turn into your corner. So if you turn your steering wheel, your bulbs and your headlights actually turn into your corner, so it illuminates where you're going. Very handy on dark streets. You want to hit a biker or a kid, when 10 o'clock at night playing in the street or something like that. So it helps give you that extra few seconds of illumination there. You do see a camera right up here under the A, so this does have a 360 camera. So there's a camera under the A, each mirror, and the trunk that'll work stitched together and give you a bird's eye view, top down over the truck, help you see anything that's in your way. I have it in my truck. I park next to a big hedge right here, so I want to get close to the hedge as possible, but I don't want to hit it or scratch my truck. So it's kind of handy sometimes to see where that hedge is in relation to your truck. Do have parking sensors on the front and the rear, and we'll show you inside. There's an easy way to turn those off if you're towing a trailer, if they cover nice, that kind of a thing. You do have adaptive cruise control, so up on your mirror there, you can kind of see a little black spot where your mirror would be. You have lane departure sensors and adaptive cruise control, so we'll talk about those inside. Big burly steel tow hooks right here, so if you got to pull out a Ford or a Chevy, you can hook up there and yank it out. LED, in addition to the adaptive headlights, the LED headlights illuminate so much more. Like if your vehicle is a few years old, if you have a 2015 or 14, you still have the old projection headlights. Night and day difference of the LEDs just illuminate the road in such a, it's like you have your high beams on all the time almost. That's how much they illuminate. Previous owner put some BF Goodrich tires on there, a little more aggressive, a little better from the roads less traveled, if you will. Being around, you have the flip-up tow mirrors integrated right in. Do you have blind spot monitoring? We'll talk about that more when we get to the back, but there's little triangles that illuminate here, and we'll talk about those when we get to the back as well too. Here's your camera on the side, so very handy. I'll give you a quick peek. Just open up the door, your power deployable running board. Very handy. I've had them on a couple trucks for a few winters. A lot of people always ask, are they going to get stuck out? How do they work on our climate? No problems. I'm a big guy. I get in and out of my truck 10 times a day, all winter long. Never had an issue with it once in a few years that I've had them. Take a look back here. We have in addition to the limited mats, we do have the all-weather floor liners. They're just kind of in the back, just kind of came out of the wash. Do have the integrated fifth wheel puck system. So you can get an OEM style hitch to drop in there. The Kurt, Reese, all the big manufacturers for hitches do manufacture hitch that'll drop right in. Do have, in addition to that, you do have your third brake light has a camera in it. So there's another company out there that says their trucks have 18 or 19 camera views or 20 camera views. We have the same, and when we look at the infotainment center, we'll show you everything. So super handy if you get a gooseneck ball, especially if you got a stock trailer or a dump trailer. You can use that camera to zoom right in on your ball. Very easy to hook up, get that distance right that you normally wouldn't be able to. You'd have to judge, maybe back up and try to hook up a couple times. It's going to show you this. Easy open tailgate, double click it, and it pops down. And then you have your 7-way plug in the box too, so if you do have a gooseneck or a fifth wheel, you're able to plug it here. You don't have to drape it over the side. Now, I talked about the blind spot monitoring a moment ago. There's actually the radars for your blind spot are in your taillights. There's a little symbol somewhere on there. What's really handy is if you have a trailer, I think it's up to 36 feet or 38 feet, forgive me, I can't remember the exact amount, but right around there. It'll actually do blind spot monitoring for your trailer. When I'm towing, I find it super handy if I'm on the highway, especially if I want to pass somebody or merge into traffic. I know that it's safe for me to merge when the little orange triangles go off in my mirror. Help that in addition to gauging the depth through your mirrors as well too. So it's an extra little feature that just makes life a little bit easier. Yeah, I think it's everything on the outside. We're going to jump in the back seat, kind of check out the rest of the mega cab, and then show you everything else. As you can see, beautiful, beautiful interior. It's very rich in here, very premium feeling. If you haven't experienced the Ram interior, you need to come take a look. Like they're second to none. The truck of the year 3 years in a row, 19, 20, 21. Very premium. All the wood inserts are actual real wood, not a veneer, plastic veneer or a foil wrap or anything like that. The leather in here is like no other. It's called Natura Plus. This particular color scheme first came out in 2018. It was a 1-year edition called the Tungsten Edition. And so there's a limited and there's a limited tungsten, which had the frost indigo interior and some different colors. Instead of chrome, it had more of a tungsten finish. They only made it the 1 year. But this frost indigo interior is pretty popular, so they capped it up. In years past, the limiteds were only available in an all black interior, so they came out with this. So just, it brightens it up. It's not the Longhorn cowboy brown. It's just something a little bit different, very cool. Being the mega cab, you have 3 seat anchors all the way across, so you could put 3 car seats in here if you needed to. But yeah, the child safety anchors are all the way across. This fold down cup holder, very handy to have. Have the passengers have a little armrest back here, cup holders there, cup holders up front. Outside seats in the back are heated as well too. 120 volt inverter, 400 watts, so there's 2 plug-ins. So essentially 400 watts split between 2 plug-ins. Fast charge phones. If you have a electric cooler or some little appliance, a warmer for your food on a long trip, you can hook it up. And then lots of USB ports, Type 2 and USB-C. Very, very nice floor mats. Like I said, the all-weathers are in the back. And then you have your Berber summer mats up here. I'm going to pause the video for a sec. I'm going to fold down the mega cab. I'll do this side real quick. So you have a couple different positions. You can bring that down here if you just need easy access to the back, or if you want to collapse it all the way to the floor, you can do this. We're going to do this one and then we'll be right back. So yeah, just to show the mega cab, this is by far the largest cab on the market, has been since 2005 or 6 when it first came out. There's lots of hotshot drivers or people that haul RVs across from the factories to the dealers, turn this into a bunk back here. You can go truck camping, very, very cool. A ton of space back here. You have some storage underneath on the one side. The winter front is in there as well too, some storage on the back. But I'm just going to show you all your storage. You get 11 inches of storage behind the cab, so very, very handy. Another thing too I didn't point out is your rear seats actually recline. So if you have someone back there that wants that full, you can have that full driver's, front and passenger seat experience by reclining and tilting, heated. Very handy. We're going to go over the technology. Thank you. If you made it this far in the video, I do appreciate you hanging on. There's a lot to go over. I could honestly make an hour-long video on this truck, but let's jump up front and take a look at everything up there. So up front, push-button ignition. So foot on the brake, fire it up. Do have remote start. Something that you can get. It's 1 year free when you purchase a vehicle new, but has the ability for Sirius XM Guardian. So you can get an app on your phone. Remote start, see where your vehicle is, and then also with some features here, you have a virtual assistant, so you can push that, connect to the call center, you can send your roadside assistance, whatever you need, or SOS, so if you're in an accident, you come up upon an accident, you don't know where you are, some random highway, and you don't know exactly where you are, just on the yellowhead somewhere, push SOS, and then it'll pinpoint your location and send appropriate emergency services to you. Adaptive cruise control up here, so I think I talked briefly about it earlier in the video. Doing 110 on the highway, someone's doing 90, come up, you'll slow down to match their speed so you don't run into them or have to slam on your brakes. When it's safe, then pull out, and then it'll speed you back up to 110. And then you have normal cruise control as well too if you don't like that automated system. I do have lane departure warning, so turn that off if you don't like, but if you drift out of your lane a little bit, it'll kind of give you a little nudge back in, just as a friendly reminder. Steering wheel controls on the back. You can switch between your radio presets and then also switch between your media types. It does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, so hook your phone up with a USB. So you're normal streaming music, but you can project your phone onto here. So if you have a Spotify account, Apple Music, you can have your go through the menu and have that playing. Also, your virtual assistant say, "Hey Siri, play whatever song," and then it'll it'll populate up there. And then the navigation. So you do have factory navigation, but you know, there is something to be said for Apple Maps or especially Google Maps, where you're real time up to date with traffic and road closures and all that kind of stuff. So it's super handy to have. And then it's the cutting edge GPS. You don't have to bring it in and get it updated every 6 months or every year or whatever. Release the new revision. Now Google Maps will just be, they build a new road and in like 2 weeks it'll have that road there. Very handy. A million settings to go over on here. There's so much you can customize. I always like pointing out, you have your quick launch bar down here. You can choose your app, push and hold, drag it down. You see, replace the backup camera with the surround camera, which is a good segue. So it'll show you all the different settings. So there's your 360 stitch of all your cameras are on the outside. There's your rear camera as well. Then you have a rear camera only, front camera, super handy. You know, traveling off road down, like towing a trailer down to Abraham Lake, you're going down to some of those dirt roads off the path down to the lake edge, lakefront. You know, you go up over a hill, there could be a tree or a big rock or something in the middle, and then you can't see because your hood's pretty tall. This front camera will allow you to see what's in front of you at lower speeds. And then you have your side angles, and then there's that fifth wheel hitch gooseneck I was talking about. You can zoom right in, help you line up. Same thing on your back bumper, zoom right in for your ball hitch of a trailer, and then your side cameras. So you can see all the different camera angles that we have. I should really add them up, but it's, you know, 15, 20 camera angles, just like the competitors. Very, very premium, super nice leather, great steering wheel. You know, you drive another vehicle and then you get into a Ram and you feel like this. You feel like you're piloting, you know, something special, because it is. Great grip. Automatic high beams, automatic headlights, automatic rain wipers. Pretty neat. If it's raining out, they'll come on. If it's rains harder, they'll go faster. And then once it eases off a bit, they'll go slower. Super handy. Heated seats, ventilated seats up front, heated steering wheel. 4 degrees or cooler than you remote start your truck. Your heated seats will come on. Built-in brake controller, very ergonomic, just right here. If you need to lock up your trailer. All your auxiliary switches, so it's got the upfitter control. So if you want to put in a light bar, you want to put in a strobe light if you're going to use this for work or something like that, you can attach those here and just turn them on just right here. Very easy. It does have the built-in air system, so you do have you can lower your trailer here to easily hook up under a trailer, and then once you hook up, and then you'll pick it back up. You can, I don't know if you can probably not hear that on video, but hear the compressor kind of coming in. Tow haul mode, you know, we can go over that when you're here in person, but exhaust brake, so use your engine brake, the exhaust to slow the engine down. Leave it on all the time. With my truck, I just turn that on as soon as I get in, going down hills. It's good for the turbo, good to keep everything going. You don't want to only turn it on twice a year when you tow. You want to use it all the time. Parking sensors on and off, very handy, especially if you're backing up to a trailer. You don't want to be listening to that beep, 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 beep. Speaking of beep, beep, I didn't talk about it, but the blind spot sensors, there's a setting in here that you can engage. Saved me from merging into people 3 times, but in addition to the little amber triangle that'll light up, if you engage that chime when you actually go to merge, it'll chime at you to let you know there's someone in your blind spot. So it's like one of those like redundant second safety features that'll just help protect you. You know, it's there, why not use it? And then of course you have your forward collision assist. If you're going to rear end someone, it'll pump the brakes. So kind of mixed matched and jumped around a little bit, but a lot to go over. I'm still missing stuff. There's memory seats, power adjustable pedals, sunroof, a million things. But give me a shout on my cell, 780-952-3018. My name is Jonathan Doucette. Very familiar with this truck. I hope you can see, and I would love to help you out. And we'll talk to you soon.